Hello, everybody. Um, Freezing myself to death here in lovely Medina, Ohio, where it is the last 2 days of February. Tomorrow is the last day of February, and we are still buried under snow. I've kept my fireplace going to keep the house warm. It's just insane. This weather has been crazy. This weekend, we have 4 tanks for sale. Now, I've already done an in-depth review of the M22 Locust, and I've also done an in-depth review of the Type 64. I will put the links in below in the video so that you can follow those. But today we're going to look at the T-15, and I will also do a video later for the T2 light tank. These tanks are 50% off. The Type 64 is going to be 30% off. And if you're going down any of the scouting lines for the Americans, the Germans, the Chinese, they're all decent tanks. Now, with the T-15, it's very similar to the Locust in playstyle, except for 2 things. One, the gun is definitely not as good as the Locust gun. It's not terrible, but, you know, it's a scout tank. You're really supposed to be shooting things. You're supposed to be spotting things. But these tanks do get a lot of lower tier battles, so you actually do end up using the gun frequently, and it will bounce. Whereas the Locust tends to penetrate a little more often. However, the T-15 handles better than the Locust. It's got a much faster traverse speed. It's all relative. They both have fast traverse speeds, but this tank feels more capable than the Locust does. So, you know, obviously with any premium tank, and you're going to be looking at paying 450 gold. So, what is that? About, let's see here, maybe like $2.50. The things that you want to look at is, does it make a lot of money? And the main purpose of the premium tank is, can it train my crews? This tank is good for training the German scout tank crews up to tier 5. So if you have a Lux or if you have a Leopard, the crew will fit in this tank exactly, because you've got a driver or commander, driver, radio operator, and a loader. There's no gunner. Now, when you get up to the VK 2000 or 2801 and the I think of the Aufpanzer or whatever the last German scout is, those tanks add in a gunner, and so those crews will not fit well into these tanks. But you can train your tiers, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5 crews in this tank, and they fit. It's a good fit. Of course, the PZ-1C, which is everybody's favorite, this little guy, he only has 2 crew members, but you could take both those guys and plug them in here. You can see that's what I've done. These 2 guys are PZ-1C operators, and I'm running them in this tank. And I'm really not, at this point, planning on going down the German light line. Unless they make some changes to the way scouting works, scouts are pretty much almost useless in this game. So even buying this tank, I don't know that it's, aside from being a collector, I don't know that it's a great idea. However, it is a fun tank to run, and I do pretty well with it, and I really do like it. And my kids each have one, and we'll run out in groups of 3 with these, and usually in the platoons we can turn the tide of battle. But it's not a strong tank. Don't think of it as a fighting tank. It's more of a scout for sure. But it's not horrible on tier. So let's go ahead and look at the specs. 260 hit points. That's okay for tier 3, which is the same as the PZ, right? 230. So it actually has more health, a bigger health pool than the PZ-C, which is the same tank class. It's a little heavier by about 3 tons the way that I have it configured. 274 horsepower engine. Let's look at the Panzer, 180. However, a lower speed limit, 60. Traverse speed of 46. A turret traverse of 44. And let's look at the Locust. So traverse speed of 40, turret speed of 40. So this one's faster, both traverse and turret traverse. It's got 30 hull armor, 30 turret armor, 20. So the hull armor is going to be 30 on the front, 20 on the sides, 12 on the back. You're just going to get penetrated if you get hit in the back. Though the slope will sometimes bounce stuff. People don't hit you square on. And the turret's 30, 25, 25. So it's kind of a tough little turret on tier. If you're top tier, you'll bounce some shots. The standard shell damage is going to be is a tier 2 gun, as you can see. 40, and your average penetration is 42. And let's compare that to the Locust, as that's the other premium tank that's on sale, and it's kind of the direct competitor. Yeah, see, 56 penetration, 40 damage, and once again on this one it's 42 penetration, 40 damage, so that's why it bounces more often. This is going to be a run and gun tank. You're going to keep moving and firing as you circle an opponent, or you're just going to keep running away and not shooting at all. Really, you're a scout. But then again, on tier 3, almost all the tanks are scouts. So you're going to get into some regular battles too, where you're actually not playing like a scout. But this is a very fast tank. And like I said, it's fun on tier. When you're in a tier 3 battle, this tank is a lot of fun. In a tier 5 battle, you're a scout. You won't ever see tier 6 though, so at least that kind of helps. You fire once every 2 seconds approximately. Pretty decent range at tier 3, 350. That's what a lot of tier 6s see, so that's not bad. And a pretty decent signal range is 710 too. That's not bad for tier 3. Now I've chosen to run mine with the vents to help the crew work better. I've also chosen to use the enhanced tracks so that you don't get your tracks shot out, because the worst thing to happen in a scout is to have your tracks blown off and then you're sitting there and everybody wants to kill you because you're a scout. And since I stay mobile, I don't use the binoculars. I tend to scout on the move, so I use the coated optics. Even though they don't work as well as the binoculars, they work while you're moving. So that's a big plus to me. I do carry some ACPR in case I need it. I almost never use it. I usually just bounce the shots and keep running and don't bother trying to change ammo as I'm moving. So, like I said, it's a scout tank. If you're expecting anything else, then you're going to be disappointed. But if you're expecting to play this like a scout and do a lot of spotting and maybe a little bit of damage, that's how this tank rolls. And because of that, you're also not going to make as much money. So it's not going to be at tier 3 anyway. You're not going to make a ton of money, but it's not going to be a huge breadwinner. But if you're going down the German scouting line, you are going to train your crews with this. And if you're just looking for a fun tank, if you get, having a rough night and you need something to go back to, this is a good way to spend your time. To be honest with you, the Skoda, the medium tank, the what is it, the S35, is a little more fun than this one because the gun actually does some damage and it's got pretty good armor. But this is still a fun tank to go back to. So let's go ahead and run a couple battles. Oh yeah, my service record. Dar. This is great. In patch 8.11, they added this thing where I can go, oh, display my stats, and it goes right to it, so I no longer have to fumble around. 54% win rate. Now, compared to my 52% win rate in the Locust, that's not bad. Average experience of 312. That's average for me. I do have my mastery badge. And pretty high hit ratio, 60%. For a moving tank where I'm firing on the move, that's not bad. I have destroyed 7 in battle, so don't be surprised if that does happen occasionally, but it's not the norm. Usually you're just spotting. So let's go ahead and run. Okay, one of the things that really sucks about tier 3 tanks is that they see, you have a limited number of maps that you see. And so you're going to find yourself, about 40% of the time, you're going to find yourself on this particular map. And I'm personally tired of seeing this map. But this is where you're going to end up. So yeah, literally, if you run this and the Locust together on the same day, you're going to be on this map all the time. It just plays this one over and over and over again. I wish they would change that a little bit, but I understand why they do it. But at the same time, it gets old, and you're almost always on this map in this tank. There you go. There's some spots. Now, this is a mostly tier 3 game, so I'm going to show them again. Stay low if you can. Modder's in place. He's looking for me. Now, this is bad. I didn't mean to stay up here on this ridge. So I need to get back down again. Panzer II shooting at me, but he's not going to hit. And all these tanks are lit up. And you'll notice if you keep moving, you should do okay. I'm going to try not to stop. Yeah, see that tank? But he's just calling me. He's screaming to be killed by me. Oh, it bounced. Off of medium. Now I got to get down. It's a little forgiving here, as you see. Even getting hit full force by those tanks, and I'm still alive. Keep moving. Just keep moving. T2 medium. There's my friend. I can't believe nobody's killed him yet. Okay, so now I'm going to pop over here. Got this modder. He has no idea that I'm here. There's the LTP. Oh boy. Yeah, the LTP's actually got a pretty good gun. He can tear me up pretty good, so I'm going to keep moving around him. Hopefully the PZ-38T will be able to handle him. Alright, keep moving. That medium 3 is a big tank. Oh, fire. Wait a minute, Okay, 5. Oh. Yeah, he got my engine, so now I'm in big trouble. I thought that the... yeah, I was going to try to fix my motor, but it was too late. You can see there, though, that was a pretty good scout run, and I'll probably get a lot of money when this battle's over, so... I just couldn't get my fingers onto the repair kit fast enough, and I must not have set my fire extinguisher to the space bar because I kept trying to hit it and I kept burning, so... Oh well. I'm going to fix that here between. So that's pretty much the end of the battle. They have 2 tanks left. Good game. So these tier 3 battles are always so rough and tumble because everybody's just a fast-moving little tank, and I did some damage in there, though. Did pretty good, too. Now... Premium account runs out in about 5 hours here. I might take a little break from World of Tanks, and I'm going to keep doing the reviews when they come out, but I think as far as just playing, I've been grinding to the M103 and pretty much playing like 2 hours on the T-32 every night trying to get through it, and I'm kind of burnt out, so I don't think I have enough gold to buy more premium time, but I think I'm going to take a little break here, but I will keep doing the reviews. As I know you guys like to see them every week, so weekly I will be doing reviews, but I'm going to take a break other than that. You can see here I was the top scorer on the team. I actually was the second highest damager on the team, too, but that was a tier 3 battle. So got a scout award, and what stinks is tomorrow this is going to go up because of the weekend deal. But you can see all these spots that I got. And if we look at the detailed report, I did damage 244 due to my assistance, which means I spotted them. And then I also did 365 damage myself. So, as you can see, you know, it's a good little tank. And without premium, I would have made 14,000 credits. That's not bad for a tier 3 tank. 21,000 with premium. Without premium, I would have done 1,000 experience. Now that's doubled. So that was my first victory of the day. So that was the double. So let's go ahead and run this little guy one more time, and then we will call it a review. Here we go. Now, I'm not sure if this tank gets preferential matchmaking or not. I don't think it does. I'm pretty sure you see tier 5, though for a scout that might still be preferential because it should theoretically see tier 6, I believe. But we'll look that up after this battle, and I'll let you know as we do our closing. This is a little more conventional as far as the tiering goes. Your bottom, which is normal. I mean, but it's kind of half and half. I really feel like, you know, sometimes you're on top and sometimes you're on the bottom, and it seems to be pretty much 50-50. It's not a tank where you're almost always on the bottom and then once in a while you get a top-tier match. It's pretty evenly weighted. how much you get to play regular tiers. So we're going to kind of tuck in here and spot enemies. Oh, look at that. Hey, it's Mayor Jesus. What kind of name is that? Oops, I missed. Okay, I gotta watch. I got somebody creeping up. Oh, pick it already. I want to fire on this guy. I can't believe that DW did not take a shot at me. That was just ridiculous. Uh-oh. Okay, now they're coming after me, so I gotta get. Ugh. Can I get away? I don't think so. It's pretty exposed here. But they didn't go after me. That was an interesting choice on their part. They could have come after me, but I guess this least... Dang it. Dang it. The Lee's coming out. I gotta get... Okay, I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna be right in the firing line of the Lee. Our team is screwing it up here. Oh! Well, typical scout battle. There you go. I got myself in trouble. My team completely failed on this side, and what are you going to do? You're going to get picked off eventually. So that does bring up a limitation of the tank, though. As you can see there, I really was doing the best I could to move, but I just couldn't get going fast enough to get out of the way. And it's a pretty easy kill, you know. But I did get in a bad situation there, so it's partly my fault. But once again, you're the bottom tank and your team fails. What are you going to do about it? And this is another reason why I'm taking a break from World of Tanks. I am just tired of this. I mean, 9-4. Come on, guys. 10-4. Yeah, there's so many bad teams out there, and I don't know what's been going on, but the last week or 2 weeks, it's been just awful, like horrible teams. So I don't know. I think I'm just kind of getting jaded at this point, and I need a break. Okay, so I looked it up. It does not get preferential tiering. It's the same tiering as the PZ-1C, so you're going to see battle tiers 3, 4, and 5. You can see there I didn't do a whole lot of anything on that battle. Whatever. That's what happens sometimes when you're a scout. You know, unfortunately, you get in a bad situation and you can't get out, and that's very typical for my scouting abilities. Oh, look. I can add my camouflage. Thank you. So these guys are all going to learn camo. I'm going to become much more stealthy in this little guy. Anyway, so that ends the review of the T-15 light tank. If you're looking for a trainer for your German crews, or if you want a fun little tank to run when you're sick of playing on the high tiers, this is a good tank. And for $2 and whatever odd cents, it's a great deal. I mean, you know, it's a little bundle of fun if you like spending money. So if you don't have any money to spend, well, heck, just play the PZ-1C because it's just as much fun. But this isn't a bad tank. It's a good tank, and it is definitely worth the couple bucks that it costs. So anyway, have a great night, and I will talk to you soon.